Hey, I'm Johnny.
And this is Brady Muldrup right here.
And I'm Michael Leopard. I'm a DP on this project.
We're going to do a little director's commentary version of Twist and Sticks right here. So that's Brady and Johnny getting ready as the good guys to take a little portrait. It establishes kind of who their characters are, what they're about. All of a sudden they get a knock on the door.
And that was a whip cut that showed actually all 4 characters played by just 2 actors in the same shot. It's the only time you'll probably see that in the entire flick.
But it is pretty impressive. So we knocked at that doorknob for a while, but actually the door was open the whole time. So there's no the shot of that carpet, that was Michael's idea.
Yeah,
it does really establish the setting.
It was.
You'll notice a little music cue was messed up there as they closed the window, but it really worked in our favor. And that's Twist and Sticks for you right there if you didn't see it before. So that's an aerial shot from the roof, I guess, of the other house.
Jan de Bont, I think.
Jan de Bont inspired.
This is my favorite shot, actually, in the entire, with the silhouettes. I think it looks so good.
It does.
As you can tell here, they're training, obviously.
And you'll see the title card that had the words on it, that font we downloaded from the internet, and that took us maybe the longest that we spent on any part of this movie was finding that font. So we try to get the period, the piece really period accurate, but you'll notice every once in a while there's a little aberration that doesn't quite fit into period.
That's why we kept that blanket over the window. It's covering the Wi-Fi router.
You can see here there's training. It really encourages activity and people getting out there and being active.
Now you can see the bad guys here are pretty lazy.
They count the tiles.
They think that they don't really have to train and
We
work
laughed
hard.
there. The good guys can't quite get the fire started, so Johnny pulls out that little fireball. Whoa, we got a fire. Easy as that. So they find that the bad guys find these gloves, and that really establishes covering their hands in the dark colors, establishes them as bad characters.
And the blue jackets here, blue represents hope, as we all know. Actually, did y'all see the Disney Plus 4K re-release of all the Star Wars movies? They added more blue to the lightsabers in the original trilogy.
Did they actually?
Yeah, it looks really good.
That's pretty interesting. So we never got a shot of those books, but they're reading Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, respectively. So we got that little diorama out of a dumpster, and that's why we felt okay with breaking it up.
Thanks, Josh Peterson.
Here is Michael's debut. Michael always forgets that he's in that. Who's in that picture in the background, Michael? It's actually a relative
I
of
think it's
yours.
my great-grandfather.
What's his name?
I know his last name's Urgel.
Urgel.
LB. I know his initials were LB.
LB Urgel. And so that's shaving cream from a can, but we cleverly never showed the can in any shot, so it still makes it look, it appears completely period.
And
a cigarette in the ear really helps.
Yeah, I don't smoke.
None of us do.
Yeah, regularly. The
period.
The blade there was actually just a butter knife, but I was using the back end of it to be
so it's
safe
still
on John's face.
And so there's a little continuity there. We match cut one door with that door that really came from our living room, and you can see the propane torch down in the corner. That's one little aberration in the otherwise spotless period
and I think
piece
you
quality.
So this shot actually is the lowest quality shot in the entire flick. I don't really know if it was the way it downloaded or if it was just a little bit out of focus.
I've never noticed that. I guess it's a little bit out of focus.
But I love the transition.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
little match was great.
It was really good. We all know that no one can actually climb.
Johnny threw that knife, and I did catch it on the first. It was either the first.
Steven
or
doesn't know that you actually hopped in his room there.
That's my favorite shot of the movie right there. I think that's incredible.
Still so is piece in the back.
Yeah, we moved the blanket to cover the projector.
Yes, that's true.
That's
our roommate Porter's projector. He spent about $400 on
it. So he goes the classic hat trick. And then they see these tattoos. So Johnny had that tattoo on his wrist, and we went ahead and drew it in with Sharpie on my wrist. Little movie magic for you. So you can't quite see it, but Johnny actually does the same dance as me on the front porch there, and it really shows that we're brothers, but you can't quite see it because the lighting kind of messed up. So Johnny, you want to tell us what you're doing when you climb up these stairs?
Yeah, I'm sneaking up to get to get to them, but then you start walking down the stairs.
So you abort
mission. I quickly abort, but I still am able to run up to the top.
Yeah, that's good. So this is sound cue 2 and 3.
It's one of my
The first
favorite.
one was
One of my
Click.
favorite parts. It really shows John's ability to do physical comedy. Something you would see more in like a Shane Black film.
So John really gets up there pretty quick, and it kind of takes me a second. Not gonna lie, I'd done it before. That was the first time John ever
Yeah.
made that jump, and
That
this
was
is the
pretty
first
freaky.
time I make it too.
But also one of the best cuts. In the movie.
boom.
That was probably like a good 30-foot drop.
Now,
That's when we had already grabbed Christian at that point, and Christian shot on camera too for that.
we'd only done that because the girls next door were not home, and we all know how pissed they would have been if
we did a lot
they
of
did it while they were home.
So we speed this up to like times 32. I did a lot of motions in that tree and kind of like psyched myself out there. And that, of course, is, if you know the continuity of our Ruve system, that shot was inspired by Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Johnny's favorite movie. But this movie was inspired a lot by The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which had come out earlier that year. And then this movie inspired The Sisters Brothers, which had come out later that year. They took the Western Brothers. And that, of course, is all four brothers in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Christian helped us out with that.
And that's my favorite shot. That's one of my favorite shots.
It's definitely the best set.
Yeah, best set.